What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to talk about the current status of the market, April 22nd, and why you should be buying this market right now. Now, this is not financial advice. This is my opinion. So take it with a grain of salt, but hopefully you guys can stick around, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know your guys' thoughts, and just hear me out for the few minutes I have with you guys. So today, after market hours, April 22nd, I'm not sure if you guys were checking up, but Trump talked to the press today, and he said a lot of bullish things, or at least the market perceives as bullish. The main takeaway from it is Trump said, tariffs on China will come down. He won't play hardball. He also mentioned that he did not release any information about the desire to fire Jerome Powell. Maybe he was just curious if he had the ability to, which is, I don't know. I mean, it seems like this is all kind of just a, kind of this kind of war tactic where he's trying to pressure Jerome Powell in a way, but I mean, obviously not working. It's hard to predict what Trump is going to say. I think like a week or two ago, he was screw everyone, right? Obviously, like we're gonna go band for band with everyone, right? Everyone we see, unless you guys listen to us. And now there's some pushback, and I can't predict what he's going to obviously say in the future, but I will say that today, after market hours, based on what Trump said, it is reassuring as an investor. Here's why. So, like I said, the past month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever, at times, it seemed that like Trump is kind of crazy. Like I said, this kind of just like go band for band or just pay the price kind of thing. Like there's no kind of push off. It's kind of just like listen to us or we're going to hike more kind of thing. And it was kind of concerning. And it seemed like he would do anything in his power to get his way, which I guess that's how some deals are worked out. But obviously in terms of being an investor in the market, that is extremely concerning because it seems like he can go a long ways just to get his point across. We've been seeing some pretty strong green days relative to the red days. I mean, you can see on the daily candles that the green days are far stronger than the red days. Second of all, we're just at a really attractive point in the markets, and it seems like smart money is buying the dip. We're seeing, for example, today, Tesla earnings did not come out well, at least based on what I saw. Maybe I'm wrong, but it seemed like, I know the headline numbers, revenue, EPS, missed really, really badly. I think gross margins were really low as well, but I'm not too sure exactly. Maybe robo-taxi news. I did listen to the earnings call a little bit. I think part of it is because Elon knows that, at the end of the day, it's not like Tesla's going anywhere. Like, Elon is a businessman at the end of the day. He knows what he's talking about, right? He's a really wealthy dude. And a big talking point today in his earnings call, he was just talking about how there's kind of this, like, he addressed the backlash he's gotten, I think, for his kind of just short political tenure. I don't know if you can even call it that. He's basically saying that he's kind of pushing away from that and trying to fix the reputation of Tesla in a sense. So that is reassuring because, again, reputation plays a huge role in Tesla sales, as we can clearly see by all the kind of keying. Like, there's so many keyings and like carjackings or whatever of Cybertrucks and Tesla models, and it's clearly affecting Tesla sales. But the point is, Tesla had bad earnings, and I feel like even though like there were some good talking points and good parts of their earnings report, all in all, they should not be up in the after hours. But I just feel like the market kind of factored it in, and we're just ready to go higher. Now, Tesla at 250 is a really, really interesting spot. I think 250 is a high transaction volume area, and that's kind of where we're sitting. We can consolidate here for a while is what I'm really trying to say, because I just feel like 250 is a very, very kind of just like a limbo area where, like I said, high transaction volume. It's going to maybe take a lot, a better picture. It's going to take something for the markets to push Tesla above 250 decisively up towards 300 and push it down to 200. So right now we might be sitting around 250 for a while, but it seems like the markets have priced in a lot of bad news, and this points to a lot of upside for stocks coming up. Now we have earnings for a ton of big tech. I think most big tech, basically all of big tech has not reported earnings yet, and that's coming in a few weeks. And I really do think if these earnings come out even just on par, like, the markets will go up, like I said, just because a lot of it's priced in. And retail is still super fearful, but smart money is certainly buying. Trump is aware of where the markets are at. I can tell he makes a lot of comments about the stock market, and I'm sure he keeps an eye on it, and I'm sure he's going to try and push up these markets before the midterm elections. And obviously that is still a good ways to go. Of course, it seems like he was just in office like a month ago, so there's still a decent ways before we hit midterms. But like I said, I feel like he says a few things, the markets bounce pretty aggressively, and that's just a sign that the markets are ready to go back up. This move was really crazy and kind of just unwarranted. Just a ton of fear here, and I feel like fear is kind of settling down. I can definitely see us grinding higher. So let me know your guys' thoughts though. Appreciate all the support. I'll leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.